Welcome to IBD Warrior SIRS Healer. This is episode 117, and this is your girl. You know me by so many names. India, Jennifer C. I'm now Jennifer Moreno because of my new book, which we're going to talk about. But however you know me, I'm here. I love you guys. I've missed you guys. And, you know, I didn't want to 100% close out this podcast because I want to do life updates from time to time because having IBD, having SIRS, I think it's good to kind of keep, I don't want to say keep up on me, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm so important, but, you know, I think I am someone who speaks for this community a little bit, and it's good to see, okay, I'm going through this, I'm not going through this, I'm having a rough time, or maybe I'm enjoying my life, or whatever it is. I'm here to support you, and I want to always have that line of support there for you guys. And it's also really healing and soothing for me to talk to you guys, and I don't know. So I'm on video today, and I'm using the video audio. So those of you who are listening on audio, it's not the smooth audio that I do when I have my regular microphone and I'm just doing audio. I just want to warn you on that. I also want to say I am not a medical professional. Please know that. If there's anything you would like to attempt in this video or audio, please contact a medical professional or health professional, not health professional, mental health professional before attempting anything. So yeah, today is May 7th, 2026. And as you can see, I'm in my living room if you're watching on video. By the way, for those of you guys watching on audio, you wouldn't be watching on audio, you'd be listening on audio. So those of you who are listening on audio, I just want to tell you that these videos are on YouTube. So you go to Free Spirit Jennifer C. It's a purple planet is the icon on YouTube. You go to the playlist. Is IBD Healer, IBD Warrior, SIRS Healer, and you just go to the latest, you scroll down to the latest episode and you'll find me on video if you're curious to see what I look like, how cute I am. Maybe I'm like super ugly and super weird looking, and maybe that appeals to you, I don't know. But either way, I'm babbling, so I want to get to the point today. So today is more of a life update, and I want to talk about fasting combined with nervous system healing. But first, I do want to say something really quickly. If you see in back of you that blue book, can you see it? I'm doing that with a video. And here it is, I'm holding it. It is called When Time Flies by Jennifer Moreno, and that's me. Okay, I'll keep holding it. And this has been my passion project for years. I worked with a very high-end, I don't know how you say it, very, oh my God, what's the word? Very excellent, there you go, very well-known sci-fi editor who's amazing. I worked with him. And then on top of it, I have a master's degree from New York University in creative writing. So I am skilled in fiction. This is actually my second novel. My first novel came out in 2012 about something very different. This one just came out, just launched February 2026. It is called When Time Flies. The protagonist, Indy, has IBD, you guys. So I think you'd find this a little interesting. And it is a time travel romance set on a private jet, and it's a rom-com vibes, so from like late 1990s, early 2000s, those kind of fun vibes. It is Bridget Jones meets Succession with a sci-fi metaphysical vibe. So if I know a lot of you guys are into like the metaphysical, and you're going to see a lot of metaphysical stuff in this book. So definitely check it out. It is on, I don't know if I can say on YouTube where it is, but it's on AMAZON. You get what I'm talking about. And so just look it up. And, you know, I've done 117 episodes of this podcast. I haven't charged a dime. I would love if you guys could support me in this writing endeavor, because I do want to make it a career. I do love it. I do want to write the sequel. I've been asked to write the sequel, so that's probably happening. So please, I would love your support. Please read the book. If you like it, put a review on AMAZON and Goodreads. That would be amazing for me if you enjoy the book. And yeah, so I just want to say all that. And okay, now we're going to talk about what we should be talking about. So I want to talk about where I am with IBD and SIRS in May 2026. You guys know my journey started with a terrible flare in 2021. I started noticing symptoms in 2020. So now I'm 6 years into this journey. Now, I've said this many, many times that now that I know that my IBD was caused by mold, a mold infestation, and that I have the SIRS gene, I have the HLA gene, which makes you more susceptible to all types of toxins, which means we cannot detox toxins like a normal person. So that's why I'm constantly talking in this podcast about boosting my immune system with cryo, going into infrared sauna, because infrared takes the toxins out of the tissues versus not real sauna, versus normal sauna. Doing, Epsom salt baths to take out the toxins, doing all sorts of things and eating the best I can. I'm not a great eater. Most of you are much better eaters than I am. I'm not a great eater. By the way, if I've been looking at myself in the camera, I apologize. I'm now looking at the right place. I do this all the time on video, especially if I haven't done it in a long time. But anyway, so it's May 2026. I'm 6 years into this journey. Again, as I've said many times, I think I know now that I've been sick with mold since I was a child, and now I can look back as a child and see symptoms I had. So, I can say it's a 6-year journey that I've known about it, and the symptoms have gotten horribly, they flared horribly, but really it's probably been a journey of almost my whole life. So I'm much like you. So as you guys know, if you listen to the episodes, definitely episode 1 through 40, I was exploring IBD, right? And healing it naturally and holistically. Then I got to about episode 40, Shelly K. Apodaca came on. She's amazing. We love her. And she talked to us about SIRS and what SIRS is. I found out I had SIRS. And then I was able to heal myself through, again, getting the mold out of my body. And you can listen to those episodes. I think it's episode 40 or 41, that's when I really go into SIRS and I really go into what causes IBD. And it's something for you guys. It could be anything from you guys have parasites to mycotoxins to, I go into all the reasons with SIRS. And I have episodes with 2 specialists. So there you go. Anyway, so saying all that with my journey, I started really feeling better, knock on wood, guys, knock on wood. I started feeling better about 1.5 years ago. That sounds about right. 2 years ago, definitely, but definitely 1.5 years ago, I felt like, wow, this is the best I felt in my entire life. And it's still a journey, I have to say, because I just had my yearly checkup from Dr. Peg, Dr. Margaret DiTullio of Regenix Healing, she's on one of the episodes. I'm sorry, I didn't get the number. It's somewhere in the 40s, I want to say episode 43, something like that. And her daughter, Ruth, I interviewed her, who's the SIRS health coach. And so I still go to them. I still check up once a year. And guess what? Every time I go, my numbers do not come back the way I want my numbers to come back. I'm sorry. I turned off notifications. I have my phone on silent, and the thing still pops up and makes noise. I have the iPhone 16, and I swear the iPhone 16 and 17 don't even get me started. Anyway, these updates don't get me started. So with Dr. Peg and Ruth, I still do yearly checkups with them. It came back as I thought. I can't ever get excited about the results because something always comes back effed up. And this time, 2 results came back effed up. The MMP9, I believe it was, and the C4A? No, it was, oh my God, why am I not remembering it? I can't remember it now. I don't know why I can't remember this. It'll come to me what it is. But the 2 things came back not good. And that told me and told her that I had a mold exposure. I know where it was. It was in Colombia when I was in a cave. I should not have gone into this cave. I felt really sick afterwards. I felt sick for 4 or 5 days afterwards. So I know I definitely had an infestation. And she believes, Dr. Peg believes, that I have the Marcons back in my nose. So the Marcons came back. The Marcons are staph infection that lives in the biofilm of your nasal passages if you have this problem with mold, if you have the SIRS gene. That's what happens. So you have to break through the biofilm with special nasal spray, which I have, which is so nice now. They just made a nasal spray that's on the market for a decent price. So I'm very happy about that, because the nasal spray I originally was using, the EDTA, is so freaking expensive. So now they have something new out there that you can get. I got the link through Dr. Peg, but you can get it through Amazon. You can DM me for the link if you want to know. But that has been very helpful. I can tell a difference, a little bit of a difference with getting out the Marcons. I'm going to retest. I should retest really soon, probably in the next couple weeks, to see if the Marcons are gone. I have a feeling it may take a little longer than that. But I'm just telling you this, guys, because you look at me, I'm a good weight, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm traveling all over. I'm traveling, spent 3.5 out of 7 months in the rainiest country in the world, and except for that cave exposure, I'm doing fine. But, Dr. Peg said something really interesting to me. She said, Jennifer, here's what happens is I have patients like you who, they're 5 years into this, they're feeling the best they've ever felt. They're like, I don't have to manage this. I don't have to do a darn thing ever again. And guess what? It comes back with a vengeance. So she's like, you have to keep managing this disease. You have to keep doing the nasal spray. I stopped doing the nasal spray. I should be doing not the hardcore nasal spray I'm doing now, but the maintenance nasal spray. What is that called? I can't remember what it's called. But the maintenance nasal spray. And guys, you can DM me for any of this information. In YouTube, just ask me in the comments and I'll tell you the names of everything. I don't know. Today is today. But this nasal spray is a maintenance nasal spray. You can buy it at freaking CVS, on Amazon, whatever. And I was supposed to be using it twice a day when I brush my teeth, right? And I stopped using it, and that's why the Marcons came back. And she's like, Jennifer, you have to manage this. You have to do your vitamins. You have to keep up with this. You can't go into caves. You can't, stuff like that. So, yeah, I've learned my lesson. I am now seriously managing this. I'm seriously trying to get rid of the Marcons, and yeah, that's where I'm at. So I'm not perfect, I'm not perfect. I wish I could come on here and say to you guys, you know what? Don't have to manage this anymore. I'm living the life. It's gone. Bye-bye. I will say, knock on wood, for right now, the IBD is very under control. To the point I don't feel like I have IBD anymore. I'm not saying I don't, but I'm just saying. I know someone, if he watches this, that is an incredible IBD health coach. If you need his name, let me know. And he has been Crohn's free for 20 years, and the symptoms just came back. So this is how it goes, guys. You have a bad moment in life, you're stressed, you're this, you're that. So I am not ignorant to any of that. And some of my healthiest listeners right now are going through flares. So I'm not immune to any of it, okay? And I just want to say something before I start the meat of this episode, and that is, I've had 2 listeners reach out to me in the past 2 weeks, just coincidentally, and they said, I'm going through a really hard time. It's a really bad flare, and I think I'm going to go on the biologics. God bless, go on the biologics. I have changed my mind since 2021. For myself, I was so against anything pharma. I'll just say that. And you know what? I have no right to judge anyone's lifestyle, how anyone feels, what their healing process is. I feel like if you listen to those first episodes, I was judgy. I'm not gonna lie, I was judgy, I'm gonna admit it. But now that I've seen the whole scope, especially with parents who have to get up at 5 a.m. because their baby gets up at 5 a.m., has to do a feeding, has to get the kids off to school, go to a 9-to-5 job, come back, taking the kids to soccer. I don't have that life. So I don't have a right to judge that. I can, because I work for myself, I can get up when I want. If I'm having a bad day, I can stay in bed. It's not a big deal. But I realize other people can't. And that's an added stress to the nervous system as well, saying, oh my God, I feel like shit today, but I have to get up and go to work. So you guys, for those of you who are like, you know what, I need to go on a pharma, I need to go on a biologic, totally get that. Let me tell you something. If I have a mold exposure, I use a pharma. I was using the natural stuff. It did not work the way I wanted it to. So I use a pharma. So I'm there with you. So there's no shame in your healing process. There's no shame, none. Okay, so getting to where I am today, here are the two things that I really believe have helped me. I feel like I'm saying too much, I apologize. And if you hear it on the audio, I apologize. But I feel like these two things, now 6 years into the journey, have really been a game changer for me. The number one has been fasting. I have been doing extremely long fasts every day or almost every day. And what I mean by that is I stop eating at 5 p.m. and I don't eat again until maybe 12 p.m. the next day, maybe even 2 p.m. the next day. But I eat, I take my vitamins, I drink water, I do all that. But that has been helping my gut really restore. And I have noticed a huge, huge difference in my gut lining. Huge difference. And I feel like I can eat so much more. I notice when I eat too much sugar, I get candida, so I can't go overboard. But I can eat so much more and not have any sort of an IBD reaction. And I really trace it back to these long, long, long fasts almost every day. And it's been interesting because my husband has been doing it too, not as long as me, but he'll maybe like stop eating around 6, won't eat again until like 8, 9 a.m. And he has noticed a huge difference in his stomach. And he is someone that he's, very healthy, like doesn't have stomach issues, that kind of thing. And even he, as a normie, has noticed no bloating. He said he feels so much better. He's lost, I'm proud of him. He's lost like probably 17, 18 pounds. And he looks phenomenal. And everyone keeps saying it to him. They're like, oh my gosh, like he walked into the gym the other day and this woman said to him, I saw this like thin tan guy walk in and I didn't realize it was you because she hadn't seen him in a while. So even, being a normie, he's happy with the results. So this is something that I'm sticking to. I also noticed, we don't really have to worry about weight usually if you have IBD, but when you start to get healthier, you do get back to a healthier weight. So I've noticed too, it really, helps with weight as well. So these long fasts almost every day have been a godsend. And I notice now, let's say I do eat at 8 o'clock because I'm just starving, 8 p.m., and then I wake up and I eat at 8 a.m. I don't feel that good. And my body just needs a long, long, long digestive rest. And then I feel like I can eat almost anything within reason. So that has been a godsend for me at this point in my healing. The second thing I want to talk about is nervous system healing. Sorry guys, I'm just doing this. If you're on audio, I'm looking at my outline. Nervous system healing. This has been a big one for me the past year. As you guys know, I went through a year of extensive trauma therapy. I'm adopted. I went back to my home country. I'm learning the language. I'm living kind of part-time in my home country or taking trips back frequently. And that has been so healing for me nervous system-wise. I have found a lot of unconditional love in my home country through amazing people that I've connected with who are like family to me now. And this is the unconditional love I never received from my own family. My family always came with tons of conditions. I'm not talking about my husband, sorry guys, I'm talking about my childhood, like my nuclear family. You guys know I've done a couple episodes on this. I came from a narcissistic, abusive family system where I was a scapegoat or the black sheep. So my nervous system being adopted, adoptees have so much stress and anxiety and depression, especially international adoptees like me who have been taken away from the home culture. So there's a lot of that. So my nervous system has been shot since the womb. Okay, my nervous system has been shot. I didn't really have a chance. Getting ripped away from my birth mother, moving to a country where I didn't know anything, that kind of thing. And then having an unhappy childhood and having, unsupportive and abusive and parents that did not know how to give unconditional love, at least to me. So because of all these things, my nervous system has been in survival, fight or flight mode, or freeze mode, or fawn mode forever. So I have been really working on calming that down. The more I've been calming that down, this has been the big game changer for me too. This I've noticed. I've been, again, through the trauma therapy. I do all sorts of metaphysical healing. You guys know that. Just did energy healer yesterday. I do, any type of metaphysical healing I can do on myself. I take, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube. I take SOOO, CYBIN. I think that's how you spell it. SOOO, CYBIN, or mushrooms. Now I'm taking a break, but I take them up to 4 times a week through gummies to create different neural pathways. And it has worked, guys. It has worked so well. When I get upset, of course I still get upset. You know what I mean? I got upset the other night at something, but I hadn't gotten upset in a really long time. And when I do, I can't even get to that level of anxiety or stress I used to get to. My body won't even get there. If something happens, I've been annoyed with some things that have been going on lately, but when something happens, it would just ruin my day. I couldn't stop thinking about it. It was a constant cycle. And now that I'm learning to calm my nervous system, it has been a game changer. I think it's called, I can't believe I can't remember what it's called. I would have to go get the notebook. But I've talked about it. It's called the primal wound? You guys, I'm sorry if you're listening on audio. If you're on video, just hold tight. I'm going to look this up because this that I did at Omega like 2 years ago has been such a game changer, and I want to give you the name for healing because I did an episode on it. I'm pretty sure I did an episode on it. Primal Trust. Okay, so there you go. So the Primal Trust system, if you look that up, of course I just turned off the episode. Are you kidding me right now? Today is just not my day. I don't know what it is with today. My mind is like so ditzy today. You got to be kidding me. Hello? Here we go. Let's go back and learn. Again, I'm sorry if you're listening on audio. Just stick with me for 1 second. I do apologize. I just had it here. And where is it? Trust. Okay, Primal Trust is episode 102. This happened, I recorded on October 3rd, 2024. So that's a really good episode to listen to because now that I look back on everything I'd done, I think the Primal Trust system really helped jumpstart everything. So between the silo, the trauma therapy, going to the Primal Trust workshop, doing all sorts of metaphysical healing, writing about my trauma, visiting the home country, finally getting in touch with being an adoptee, finally going back to my home country and exploring that and getting the unconditional love that I never received has really calmed my nervous system incredibly. So it takes a lot of work, you guys. It's not just listen to all the things I listed. It's not like, oh, I just did this and I'm good. You really have to go in and explore yourself and explore the issues because I'm telling you, and I hate to say it, it's not just one thing. It's not. It's if we have IBD and if we have SIRS, especially with IBD, that is from a metaphysical point of view, we cannot get rid of old crap. And that's a problem, right? We cannot get rid of old crap in our colon. So that means from a metaphysical, emotional point of view, we can't get rid of old crap. Which, here's something really interesting. I had I had a colonic, yes, like maybe a month ago. And then I had a colonic right after I came back from Colombia. So like 2 months in a row. And my colonics person said to me, Jennifer, you've never released like this on the table. Normally it takes you a while to get everything out and to get all the stuff out. And she said, you're just like, once I put in the speculum, you just immediately start releasing. She said, you've never done this before. And I said, wow, you're right. So now I'm noticing, because my nervous system is so much calmer, that I am releasing old crap, you know, emotionally. And my colonics person, both of them, have told me multiple times they've had people cry on the table when they're releasing. They've had people cry on the table constantly. So it is an emotional thing. So I want you guys to think about that as well. Like, what does it take for you to really delve in there and stabilize that nervous system? Because once the nervous system is much, much, much calmer, I think you guys will have a lot of success with IBD and SIRS. I truly, truly, truly believe that, because everything here is mind, body, soul. Another part of this in my update I want to talk about is Pilates. I've been doing Pilates. I know a lot of you do yoga and Pilates and everything, but I really am not someone that ever has worked on my core. It's just not my thing. And like, I'll be next to a 79-year-old in yoga or Pilates and they'll be kicking my ass. And finally, I'm starting to really work on that core area. And I believe that's another reason that I've been doing so well gut-wise. I've been doing so well healing-wise, is I've finally been focusing, and actually really focusing. My posture right now isn't great, but I've been really trying to focus on my posture and changing my walk and opening, you know, my heart and having my shoulders around it. So I'm trying to really, my Pilates person and I, we're trying to really unround and straighten the shoulders. So my heart is more open to receiving, right? From the metaphysical perspective as well. So, you know, all these things, guys, add up. All of them add up. Well, I was very closed like this. If you're on audio, I'm hunching over with my shoulders in. And, you know, I was very closed because I had been through so much extensive abuse and I didn't trust anyone and my heart wasn't open. And now my heart is much more open and I'm trying to, you know, have a different walk and learn how to use my core and all of that. So that's been a game changer as well. So I just wanted to say that. So, you know, I'm always just putting things out there for you to think about, and you need to decide what's best for you. And I wish you so much luck on your journey right now. Wherever you are, take care of yourself, take your time, put yourself first. It's okay if you're not feeling your best today. Guess what? It's okay. When I record in this house, I think it's a little dusty, so I have to get the cleaning people in. But like I'm noticing I'm starting to like, this happened last night when I was doing a TikTok live. I was like, you know, yeah. So anyway, so I'm not perfect either is what I'm trying to say. It was interesting. I did this Omega workshop, I think it was a year ago. Yeah, it was last year, from this guy who's like this metaphysical guru. I mean, people were like this, like their little eyes were so wide listening to him. And I don't like that kind of stuff. I'll be honest with you. I don't think anyone should be worshipped in this day and age at all, or anyone's above anyone, but whatever. But he was good. I liked him. And he does everything. He's like a Buddhist guy who spends, you know, 6 months in the freaking mountains with the other Buddhists, and he does everything, this guy, and he still had horrible allergies. So guess what? We weren't born to perfection. We were born into an imperfect world, and the fact that we're a little imperfect, and even, you know, some may argue and say, no, we're not imperfect, we're all perfect. You're right, we're all perfect. However you want to look at it, that's okay. Wherever you are today is okay. Because you know what? I'm doing really well, but I'm still not anywhere near perfect. I just got my ass kicked by Dr. Peg like a month ago, so, or whatever, 2 weeks ago. So yeah, this is a journey that we're all on. And okay, so I just wanted to say, if you like my vibe, hopefully you like my vibe, please follow me on Instagram at freespiritjenniferc. Now I'm going to tell you that it is not IBD related. I've taken all the IBD content on and moved it toward my book. But if you want to support me, and it's just like fun content, because I know a lot of you guys just constantly are looking at the IBD CIRS content, which I love and is great and is the best. But you know, if you want some fun and you want to take your mind off of stuff, definitely come to my Instagram, Free Spirit Jennifer C. Is that right? Yeah, Free Spirit Jennifer C on Instagram. On TikTok, I've joined TikTok, people. I just started it, so I only have like 25 followers or something. But if you want to join me and see my stuff on TikTok, that is Jennifer Moreno Writes. Jennifer, that's so funny. I just said TikTok and something TikTok just popped up. Jennifer Moreno Writes on TikTok. So join me there. Again, it's fun content. It's a lot of fun. And please, guys, think about, as you can see in the background, I'm going to do a Vanna White thing. You guys remember her from Wheel of Fortune with the letters? There. I'm trying to do it. I'm not doing it well. I did it better last time. But there's my book in the background, and here it is right here. I'm holding it. It is called When Time Flies by Jennifer Moreno. It is a time travel romance with rom-com vibes. It's twists and turns galore. It's a fast burn. It's a fast-paced time travel romance. So it's not your Outlander epic. This is like fun. It's very fun. It's very beach read. So if you want to support me and support this podcast, then please consider buying When Time Flies by Jennifer Moreno on Amazon or anywhere you buy books. And please put a review if you enjoyed the book on Amazon or Goodreads, and Goodreads, not or, and Goodreads, because that would help out me and this podcast so much. Because if I start getting in money, more money, I should say, then I can start doing more episodes of this, which I know helps you guys, and I just want to be a support. So again, When Time Flies by Jennifer Moreno. Okay? Thanks so much, guys. I will be back with an update soon, and everyone have a green heart day. And if you don't know what that means, it means a perfect poo. So I wish all of you a green heart day. Besitos.